Hi, good day. My name is William T. Dongo. I'm here again today to give you a lecture about the climate control refrigeration technology, the fundamentals of air conditioning and refrigeration. And then I'm beginning today is the lesson number 5, refrigerants and temperature pressure charts. Okay. The one I'll be talking is the terms and definitions, common refrigerant and application, and then temperature pressure chart, handling and storing of cylinders, determining of refrigerant types. Okay? Now, the first one I'm going to be talking about is refrigerant. Refrigerants is a substance that absorbs heat as it expands or evaporates. Any substance used as a medium to extract heat from another body. And then the fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon gas used as propellant. And then used in refrigerant. Okay. Then we're going to talk about halogen. Halogen substance that contain chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. And then we talk about halide refrigerant, family of synthetic refrigerant that contain halogen chemical. And the next one we'll be talking about is azeotropic mixture. This one, azeotropic mixture. A scientific name given to a specific mixture of different compounds in which the resulting mixture has different characteristics than either of the components. Can evaporate and condense without a change in its component. And then we talk about refrigerant cylinder. Okay. Refrigerant cylinder. Metal cylinder that are used to remove and store refrigerant. Used when servicing an AC unit and when recycling refrigerant. We got a disposable refrigerant cylinder. When purchasing refrigerant, many times the cylinders are not reusable. Dispose of cylinder when empty. Dispose of it properly. Make sure you check the law how to dispose this. Ambient temperature is the temperature of the air surrounding an object. And then refrigerant oil, highly refined oil, use naphthalenic oil. Now we're going to be talking about the common refrigerant and application. We got R11 and then R12. These are being eliminated. So the one we have that's have to use as a refrigerant is R22, R500, R502, and then R134. Okay. R22 is monochloro difluoromethane. Contains name R22. R22 has been developed for refrigeration unit with low evaporative temperature. Use when size of equipment and economy are factors, such as packaged AC unit. Boiling points at atmospheric pressure is minus 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Most physical characteristics are similar to R12. R22 is non-toxic, non-flammable, non-corrosive, and non-irritating. Leaks may be detected by allied torch, soap solution, electronic leak detector, and ultraviolet. Cylinder color is green. Cylinder color code is green. Okay? And then we're gonna talk about R500. R500, this refrigerant is an azeotropic mixture of 26.2% R152A and 73.8% of R12. For the same size compressor, it offers approximately 20% more refrigerant capacity than R12. Boiling point at atmospheric pressure is minus 28 degrees Fahrenheit, used in both commercial and industrial application. Used commonly with reciprocating compressor. Used when greater refrigeration capacity is required. Barely soluble with oil, and its solubility with water is very critical. Proper dehydration procedure and use of dryer is strongly recommended. Leak may be detected by allied torch, soap solution, electronic leak detector, and the cylinder color code is yellow. Cylinder color code is yellow. And then the next one we're gonna be talking about is R502. Okay, R502 is a isotropic mixture of 48.8% R22, 51.2% R115. Refrigeration capacity is compatible to R22, except at lower temperature capacity is greater. Boiling point at atmospheric pressure is minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Used to low temperature refrigeration unit. Recommended for all single stage compressor installation with evaporating temperature of 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Very popular for use in the medium temperature range. Used mostly in reciprocating compressor. Continuation, R502 is non-flammable, non-corrosive, non-toxic, and stable under normal situation. Leaks may be detected by allied torch, soap solution, electronic leak detector, and then the cylinder color coding is orchids purple. And then the other one we have is R134A. It's a tetrafluoroethane. Tetrafluoroethane, commonly known as 134A, in which is being used today. All of it being used in the car, in the regular aircon, being considered for replacing R12. So it is a replacement for R12. Boiling point at atmospheric pressure is minus 15.7 degree Fahrenheit. Petroleum-based lubricant do not mix well with R134A. Equipment must be redesigned. Capacity of efficiencies will be familiar to R12. Okay? That's the one I had for refrigerant. I know the market for refrigerant is moving so fast, so make sure you look at or you ask the vendor about what are the other refrigerant coming out in the market. Okay, next one we're gonna talk about is a temperature pressure chart. Temperature pressure chart. Where's that? Well, temperature pressure chart is very important because when you start charging, you gotta detect what's the pressure you must have in order to arrive into the temperature of the box you want. So vapor pressure right here. So I have a pressure chart right here. Vapor. It says vapor pressure, PSIG. So you use pressure charts when you charge and look at the pressure corresponding to the temperature of what you want inside the refrigeration system. Temperature pressure charts, the purpose, when used with thermometer and pressure gauges, the technician can determine performance of the system. And then you got pocket charts, in which the one I showed you available from your supplier. They got one small card they give you. You can go and you go to the dealer. You can ask them they can give you one. And then keep it in your wallet. You know, so that it'll be available when you start working on the unit. And then look at the chart. Top of the chart, type of refrigerant in the system. Let margins give you the temperature. And then bold or black numbers give you pressure, PSIG. Blue, red, or italic give you the vacuum in inches of mercury. Now we're going to talk about handling and storage of refrigerant. Just like I read before, it's just the refrigerant cylinder. There are three types of refrigerant cylinder. We got a storage cylinder, returnable service cylinder, and then disposable cylinder. Disposable service cylinders, those are the throwaway. Storage cylinder. Storage cylinder are cheaper to purchase refrigerant in 100 to 150 pounds container. Has two valves, the liquid and the vapor. Those valves are important because when you start charging, it depends on how you want to do the charging. And then refrigerant cylinders, storage cylinders, continued. Storage cylinder should be dated and have a Department of Transportation stamp. That's DOT. Okay? No cylinder should be used beyond 5 years of date on tanks. So that means you need to, with 5 years is passed, you gotta need it to be rehydro tested. Will be fitted with a protective cap. Usually very heavy. Do not attempt to move by yourself. Okay? And then the next one, or it's continue. Then the next one is a service cylinder. Service cylinder are used to serve a refrigeration or AC used by the technician at the job site. Cylinder valve is usually fitted with a 1/4 inch male flare. Service cylinder are charged from storage cylinder. May also be used when recovering and recycling refrigerant. Service cylinder should be weighed before and after filling the cylinder. This allows you to determine the amount of refrigerant in the cylinder. Keep you to overcharging the cylinder. When charging a system, cylinder may be placed in an accurate scale. This allows you to add the correct amount of refrigerant to the system. Never overcharge the system. Disposable cylinder. Disposable cylinder, many popular refrigerants are available in small quantities. These are throwaway cylinders. Do not reuse disposable cylinders. Very popular at one time, still used by many technicians. These containers are easy to handle. No refilling is allowed. Now, handling refrigerant cylinder. Make sure you put safety in this as a permanent one, because if you made a mistake on this one will act just like a rocket, because it's got a pressure inside. If the head come up, then you got a rocket on your face. Pressure in a cylinder is equal to its saturation pressure and that liquid temperatures. Refer to your pressure temperature chart. As long as liquid is still in cylinder, pressure will remain the same at the temperature, even if some refrigerant is used out of cylinder. If refrigerant is overfilled or is overheated gradually, liquid expands and cylinder becomes full of liquid. When this occurs, hydrostatic pressure builds up readily. This produces pressure well above the saturation pressure. True, pressure-temperature relationship exists up to the point when expansion room is no longer available in the cylinder. Extremely dangerous pressures can result under these circumstances. Cylinder may rupture, just like I mentioned. It got pressure inside, and then it might rupture. Under uniform heating of cylinder will cause it to rupture at approximately 1,300 psi. Interstate Commerce Commission (ICC) regulation state a liquefied vapor container shall not be full of liquid when heated to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Cylinder should be filled in compliance with the regulation. Liquid refrigerant may be completely filled due to expansion if temperature exceeds 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Cylinders are protected by a pressure relief device. Should release at a predetermined pressure. Okay, make sure you take care of this cylinder, because these are very dangerous. Now I'm gonna talk about safety rules when handling with these cylinders. Never intentionally heat a cylinder above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Never store refrigerant cylinder in a direct sunlight. Never apply flame directly to cylinder. Never place an electric resistance heater in direct contact with the refrigerant cylinder. Do not drop, dent, or otherwise abuse the cylinder. When refilling cylinder, never excess the weight stamp on the refrigerant cylinder. Always keep the valve cap in place when cylinder not in use. Open all cylinders valves slowly. Secure all cylinders in the upright position to a stationary object with a strap or chain when they are not mounted in a suitable stand. Never force connection. Never tamper with safety devices. Do not alter cylinder, Protect cylinder from rusting during storage. Never mix refrigerant in cylinder. Okay? When transporting cylinder, follow all Department of Transportation (DOT) rules and regulations. Use goggles when handling refrigerant. Use butyl line gloves when handling refrigerant. Determining refrigerant type. Okay? You try to determine what refrigerant type you got in the bottle. You gotta have a data plates. Always check data plates if it is provided. This will tell you what refrigerant is to be installed in the unit and how much. Well, what determine refrigerant type? So what's about to explain in there is just make sure to determine what type of refrigerant the system, air conditioning or refrigeration system has is by looking at the data plates. Okay, and then the other one is components application. By components application, type of components can be sometimes tell you the type of refrigerant used. Application: low temperature, medium temperature, or high temperature. The gauge pressure and the ambient temperature. By using the pressure and temperature relationship and relation chart, you can determine the refrigerant used with the system off. Okay, that's all I had for this lecture. I know it's just short and quick, but the main thing here is just the safety of the cylinder, and then get you familiar with terminology, just like pressure charts and all the different type of refrigerant being used in the market. Since the technology moves so fast, I recommend you gotta do some research of the new refrigerant that are coming out there, and the new safety rules that are being applied on. Okay, I know this is the lecture I'm doing here is just very basic, but I gear to the people that want to go into the fields. If you're a high school graduate and you don't know what to do, or people that are changing trades, and then you felt that you like HVAC, just continue on and use this very fundamental lectures that I gave, because I got 6 series on this fundamental lecture before I go to the original, just like commercial and residential air conditioning and refrigeration. Okay, thank you. I'll be giving the next lecture, making preparation for it. This is just for training only purposes. I thank you very much again.